Hello. It is Kitchen Counter Oracle with something I would just kind of like to share because it's true. There is a Hispanic creator on TikTok sharing signs that witchcraft is actually being done on you. And I found that to be very true because I resonated with both parts of the video. I think I resonated with like 2 or 3 points on part 1, and then I resonated with all of part 2. A sign you have been affected by Ziwu in the craft. You cannot hang on to money to save your goddamn life. You can't. Your bills are insane out of nowhere. You're constantly having to get repairs made on your car, your house, replace appliances, rack up credit card debt, and all that other stuff. I mean, it's unreal because especially if you are not an overly spendy person, yeah, right? Another one is your hair breaking off and or falling out. If you are like me, for example, and you lose like 50% of your density and your health is fine, yeah. If your complexion is really solid, like you don't have any skin afflictions and stuff like that, and you start getting like redness and signs of like redness and irritation out of nowhere, yeah, that's a beauty spell. If you start having health problems and you have had a clean bill of health your entire life, like you're just symptomatic but you cannot get a diagnosis, somebody is doing Ziwu in the craft heavy on potential for death spell. Like if you're just losing your vitality, you're tired all the time, somebody put you in the graveyard. I hate to say it. I'm speaking from experience. Like I speak from the experience of somebody who's been on the receiving end of this bullshit. Heavy, especially in the last 5 years. It was a Taurus woman. It was a Taurian energy. And the funny thing is, she made a shit ton of jars of me, and she's got them buried all throughout her garden, because I had a visual of a dark-haired man this morning. Low-key, like, just checking things out, because there was some videos I made in the past that mentioned that, but it's like, she's a hater. It's like, you know what? Fuck you, too. It took, 2-3 years to test to see what I was saying. Apparently that mofo didn't just found a jar, he found several, and he's got a cousin trying to help keep his mama distracted while he goes and tries to dig up everything. He helps his mom out with the garden on occasion. And right now the excuse is to loosen up the soil so the roots can have room to grow and stuff like that. And it's just like, I see what you're doing, but at the same time, it's like, better late than never, I guess. Because just like, you know how they have that told you so, that bobblehead type deal, the told you so, that like, told you. And what's funny is we have a really dense fog this morning, so well, it was a matter of time before it made its way down here. It was mostly up north, but now it's down here. Oh well. I guess I'll be placing an order for filters with the hardware store because I have to custom order my stuff. Joy. I got the car all changed out Saturday, so there's that. For me, specifically, another sign that the craft has been done, crows pop up everywhere I go. Like, I'm talking everywhere. And if I start seeing vultures, because there are a handful of vultures in my area, but they tend to stay out of sight. But then we have something called a New World vulture. There's a couple that hang around my area. I haven't seen them in a couple of years, but I remember back in 2020, they were around my house like white on rice. And it's like, along with owls too. And for the tribes that I come from, owls is a death omen for us. So it's just like, what in the entire whack fuck is going on here? That type of deal. Another sign that with actual craft is at play is your relationships just fall apart by the wayside. You're losing jobs, you can't get reemployed and all that other shit, and it's just, what in the entire fuck? It's one of those things, and it's like 9 times out of 10 it's somebody who is stupid, jealous, and envious of you. Then there is the sacrifices and stuff like that. If somebody wants to steal a share of an inheritance and stuff like that, they're gonna try that shit. They're gonna try it. Trust me, they're gonna try it. They're gonna try it. I know for a fact there's a bunch of covens in Atlanta, that area. I jokingly call it the Mecca for witches because I just looked at it. I don't know how I found this information. I just know that I did one day, and it was a list of all the covens, warlock and witch alike, that were known. Heavy on the word known. That didn't include the ones that were unknown. It's not the known covens you got to worry about. It's the ones that ain't on that motherfucking list. The ones that got the sense to stay incognito. Them the heifers you got to worry about. Because they're the ones on the blood sacrifices, rituals on the animals and stuff like that. Oh, that brings me to this. Another sign witchcraft is definitely being done. The health of your pets rapidly deteriorates. They run away, don't come back, like my cat did October 2019. Your animals will disappear and or altogether. Because Sophie, my terrier mix that I had, literally, I moved into my house after repairs and maintenance had been done New Year's Eve 2010. I adopted her New Year's Day. She had been with me from day one, and when I say I had to put her down, like the day that Roe v. Wade was overturned was actually the day that I had to put her down because she was going into kidney failure, and then she developed an abdominal mass, and it was a month's salary and surgery to keep her alive for 2 more weeks or put her down. Y'all, when I say I cried for a month straight, like the thought still has me wanting to tear up like right now. Sophie, the type of terrier that Sophie was, like her combination, she should have lived up until the age of 50. She had a good 3-4 years left of her lifespan. If you have your animals dying before their time, it's a very safe bet. Very safe bet. But at the same time, it's like nothing will have me blood boiling mad like somebody going after a kid or one of my dogs. Because my Saggy pup, I'm not going to say his name here, but Saggy pup, because he's a Sagittarius, anytime it got close to the full moon, like between the new moon and the full moon, that poor thing had no chill. Like, his nerves were on 10. Because at one point, like July of last year, I could see on the pet cam his little tail just a going. I could see him like from the back, like I could see the top of his back, and just yanking on something, and it was by the back door, and the only thing I knew that was coming loose was my vinyl flooring. Oh no, he found the weak point in that mofo and went to town. It's like, thanks, little shit. But at the same time, when he doesn't have the like chaotic energies and witches and stuff like that trying to mess with his energy and stuff like that, he was chill. He was that puppy that would just plop over and nap all day. But whenever the witches were stirring and whatnot, or somebody was trying to stir up some kind of trouble with my energy and stuff like that, he had no chill. You name it, he was chewing it. And it's like, good, not alive. But at the same time, it's like I was really terrified to post him online because I felt a hater in the midst. Like, somebody is going to have a problem with me having this dog. Hater in the midst. Because somebody just wanted me to lose everything and just have nothing. And it's like, what in the hell? Because this energy did a really good job of staying hidden for a little while. But at the same time, it's like recently some things have come to light. And it's just like, okay. You raggedy bitch. But at the same time, it's easier for them to paint me as the villain and send people after me than to be accountable. And it's like, you know what? Karma's a motherfucker, and so am I. You want to test the theory so damn bad? The door is now shut. The locks are changed and bolted. What had a key and a passcode now has a fingerprint lock on that bitch that only I can open. And even if it's not actual witchcraft at play, it is somebody's energy sending the evil eye. Like, it's somebody projecting the evil eye, the jealousy, the envy, and stuff like that. But the thing is, when that energy returns to the source in which it came from, or that direction, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit. Because my thing is, I'm not just knowledgeable in herbs to heal the body, clean wounds and stuff like that. I know which herbs to use to cleanse my house of negative energies. And if I don't have time to make my products, I know what products to buy at Walmart right off the bat. Same thing with Target, same thing with Costco, same thing with Sam's Club. I mean, it's just like, I know what to do. And my thing is, I've never gone out of the way to try to make a person feel less. So if you are already talking to me and about me, you already felt that way about yourself. And the funny thing is I will be your biggest cheerleader. I will be president and CEO of your fan club. I will be the first person extending a hand to pick you up when you fall. But you want to play. Praying for someone's downfall, that's witchcraft, whether you want to admit it or not. Trying to paint me out to be the enemy so you can feel a little smidgen better about yourself. That's witchcraft. Me coming after you because I'm speaking my truth and actively protecting myself by myself, that's in your head. a lot of people get into, well, there are a lot of things that are in people's heads because they are in business they're not supposed to be in. They're in people's business and they ain't supposed to be there. Because if it's one of the, like, it's not my Cherokee side you got to worry about. It's my Choctaw side because they get down with the get down. Then there's that tiny little sliver of African. They step up every now and then. Oh, they do. They do. But I will tell you this, whether it's a result of something rolling around in someone's head, or is somebody with actual malice fueled by greed, jealousy, or envy, one thing for fact, two things for certain, my crew will play with your head like no one else's business. Because this is something I have personally observed with everybody that has tried to square up on me. The first thing to go is their headspace. Always. The majority of the people who try to test the theory with me have strong air placements in their big three, especially Libra. More specifically, a Libra moon. Because it's rare I have a Libra sun trying it. Very rare. It's those Libra moons. Followed second by Aquarius. Then there's the Gemini. The Gemini I can be easy because I have Gemini in my chart as well. I'm literally a placement shy of a second stellium. Because I already have a stellium in Scorpio, and I'm literally one placement shy of a stellium in Gemini. It's not hard for me to get them off my trail. They a little stubborn at times. Like if they have like Earth in their chart as well, or they're just like the Gemini Taurus cusp, they a little stubborn. I will admit that. They're a little on the side of tenacious, but again, I know how to get them off, even if it's temporary. Because once the twins get out of line, it is a mofo trying to get those bitches back in line. Now, when you get a Libra, it's really not hard for me to get them in their emo bag because I don't know what it is. Because if I don't have a Pisces coming to me with the beauty and the glamour bullshit, it is a Libra. Specifically a Libra moon. It's always a Libra moon. With trying to control how I look, but more importantly, how others perceive me. And it's just one of those, it's like, you know what? You can't really play that game with me without getting exposed yourself. And that's that on that. Aquarius, Jesus Christ. It's rare that I meet a dumb Aquarius. Rare. But I've met a lot of codependent folks with Aquarius placements in my life in this round. And if it's one of the things that gets their panties in a bunch with me, it's my independence. It's the fact that I know how to handle business. And you know what? I'm not going to pretend like I don't know how to make another person feel a little bit better about themselves. Because as I said in the air channeling for this full moon, You are responsible for your choices, whether you make a move, you don't, and so on down that line. You are responsible for the outcome of your life, regardless of what you're up against. You can either fight or you can tuck your tail and sit down. And for me, tucking my tail and sitting down, she kind of isn't an option for me. Because if it's one thing I know about Aquarius, when they are distorted, they don't like being around folks who make them feel inadequate. And my thing is this: if I've made you feel that way, I'm sorry. I truly am. It's not intentional, but it's just, I am who I am. I am who I am. Like, my counterpart never showed up for me. He's known about the attacks against me, and he let it all happen on his watch. And there were times he even laughed, because I could hear him. So, you know what? It is what it is. And I know for a fact a lot of people just do not like Scorpios because we have this mysterious darkness. Like, we can tell you everything without telling you anything at the same time. But at the same time, it's like, I've told you what you needed to know. I gave you the answer you asked for. But I learned they're pushing for things that I was told by God to keep a tight lip about. That's what they were pushing for. And you know what? God's orders over your fears and need for reassurance any day of the damn week. And you know what? It is what it is. All we can do is fight the good fight. Knowledge is power. Power is knowledge. If I find more tidbits along the way, I will happily share them here, but provided it's something that can be shared. Because my thing is, you can pray and take spiritual baths all you want to. If you are not being proactive about your own protection, like you're not putting the footwork in, people are going to test you like none other. They think because you're quiet and not saying anything, you don't know. Oh, I know plenty. And if people were as truly wise as they claim to be, you would not be in my business. You wouldn't be trying to call me a fraud. Because you can't really try to embarrass me without embarrassing yourself. Because the more you attack me, the more I learn your shit. But the funny thing is the person who's been recently attacking me, slandering my name and my character and stuff like that, she's about to get a taste of my 2020. And you know what? That ain't my problem. Because the message is loud and clear. It's like, okay, you want to test her? You got to go through the same shit she did. The same ish. And that is a cross, that is a burden I don't wish on anybody. And you know what? It is what it is. Everybody enjoy your day. And I will see y'all again at some point.